Mr. Mark Donovan, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. Thank you for having me.
Pretty nice grand introduction right there.
Where do you go from here?
This is a big deal. This is a big job.
I'm learning that rapidly.
Yeah, I'll bet. So now I was watching some of the interviews, and this is probably a point where you just kind of get in and you watch, because I do work with the Boilermaker as well, and I watch how this massive machine just seems to work. But then you look at everybody keeping the pieces moving. So there's going to be a lot of learning going on here, I would imagine, and observing,
shadowing, observing, sponging. As I mentioned in the press conference the other day, you have no concept of all those moving parts. You know, everybody's got their piece.
Yeah.
You know, you might be on the stage, so you've got that piece. And what's been fascinating for me to watch is the sheer number of all the other pieces in place.
Yeah.
The volunteers, and I met with Mark Dembro and Jim Stasitis yesterday. We looked at the finish line, a lot of changes going down there structurally, and everybody owns their piece. They're so dedicated. It's incredible.
And you have a brand new building down there that is not brand new, but has great potential. And you're right down there at the finish line now.
Perfect spot.
Yeah.
And those are the things that, you know, as we get past the race and years to come, what else can we do with that location for the race, for the community?
One of the things that Tim Reed, in his 10 years of his tenure, he really tried to take the Boilermaker past just being a road race, whether it's the charity bibs, the market, the fresh food and fresh vegetables, working with children. What are your? Do you carry that stuff on, and do you have any vision for the future?
Great question, Bill. In fact, yesterday, so one of the things, the garden right behind yesterday, Rebecca brought in a team of people, and we were out there weeding, getting that set up and done. And my late mother would be proud watching me out there weeding.
Yeah.
Tried to get me to do it with her. Got me to do it with her, but reluctantly. So, yeah, I mean, Tim did a fantastic job, you know, as a steward, taking this forward and building that out beyond, you know, what do you do the other 51 weekends a year?
Right.
And, you know, there's 360 X days a year. And those are things that we'll keep working on.
Yeah.
And we'll try to also add other race type events in this program.
It's kind of like you have the base is there, and how do you continue to grow everything and grow the brand and grow it beyond those 51 other weeks? It's pretty incredible, the opportunity, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, you said earlier coming in at this late stage, and I know I got questioned the other day on that. I think it's a perfect opportunity. Again, this team, they've got a plan.
Yeah.
They got the experience, they've got the confidence, and they know how to execute. And you know, I think people were looking at, what are you going to do? Well, I'm going to stay out of their way. Yeah. And I'm not a guy, change for the sake of change. This is not a change program. This is it's not even a good to great. It's a great to, I don't really have a better word. You know, greater to greatest.
I think that I think there's it does seem like the opportunities are limitless on what you can, where you can take this whole thing. Talk about your background a little bit. You were, what you have done in your experience over the years.
Sure. So I'm an Albany native, which was obvious, but I've been up here since, spent 4 years up at Lemoyne and Syracuse, and went straight to Hartford, Connecticut, and spent 11 years there in the commercial insurance industry, and that was an interesting town. Again, a town that when I moved there was struggling. A town that, another downtown that at 5 o'clock they roll up the sidewalks.
Right.
And, they've come a long
way. All
way.
Insurance, right?
Primarily. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And then the opportunity to come up here. So my wife and I came up here in 1995, and we've been here so long. We've got to calling it home. And with ConMed, 21 years with ConMed, I everything from a sales, marketing, product management perspective up to running 2 of their 5 business units. From starting in 2009, I took that on. And everything's about experiences, and even in medical device, what do the customers need? What does, in this case, physicians. Now, from a Boilermaker perspective, what's a competitive runner want? What's a casual runner want? What do the spectators want? What's the community want? Andy, as you said, it's a great weekend for the whole community.
Yeah, yeah.
So how do we take it from there?
It is interesting to see. It is as exciting, it seems, for the runners as it is for the volunteers, the spectators. Everybody kind of has their own role, and very much like the brewery. And this is something that we should. I'm sure you already know, but we'll warn you. There are people that are just regular citizens. This is their Boilermaker. It's not yours. This is how we like it. I think of Joe Lode when it deals with the brewery and Utica Club. It's like, this is how we want it. I don't know what you think you're doing. You're going to deal with a lot of owners, not just that board.
That's great.
Community members.
Absolutely, that's great. And again, everybody experiences things differently. I'm a big consumer of experiences. I'm a big music guy. I go to approximately 50 live music events a year.
Wow.
And when I'm there, music obviously drives me, but when I'm there, I'm looking at everything. What was my process getting in? Did they get me through? And do I have enough amenities around? Can I get to the bar? Whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So to that point, everybody owns this thing, and everybody's got an experience, and they filled it for 41.
Right.
We're going to fill it for the next 41, but how does it change? Has people's mindsets changed? Are they looking for something different?
Yeah. I really believe, knowing your history and knowing you, Mark, I think you're going to put your own thumbprint on this next whatever the period is, and make it a little piece of yours as well. So I think we're all excited.
I'm thrilled.
All right, congratulations, Mark Donovan, the new president, carrying on the legacy for the Utica Boilermaker.
Thanks, Bill.
They could have brought you in after the Boilermaker, which would have been easier, but it's probably a good point to come in and watch this whole thing operate right now from behind the scenes, the stuff none of us ever see. It's probably a good idea. So,
100%.
And you've been there for a couple of weeks now. Is it a week and a half?
Day 7 here.
Day 7. All right, so not that long.
Who's counting?
Who's counting? All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll break.